Hi Countryside, it's Joe Smith, your general manager, and Scott Ortiz, your clubhouse manager, and today is Monday, June 23rd. And it's June 23rd all day, Scott.
Day, yeah.
It's all blur the last couple weeks.
Tell you what, man. A lot of action going on.
A lot of action, yes. So we are in the kitchen.
Yes.
And we're going to talk a little bit about the progress we've made.
Awesome.
A little bit later in this video, I'm going to have Mike McDonald join me for a project update. We're combining our weekly update with a project update.
Crazy.
So, Countryside, buckle up. This is a longer one today. But we've been moving all week.
Yeah.
All last week.
Yes, exactly.
And we're in our second week of moving here.
Yes, going to continue through this week as well.
There's a lot going on. So in the last 8 days, I guess.
Yeah.
We've had about 30 containers delivered to the club.
Yep.
Of all the furniture and equipment we had moved out and stored for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
We've emptied 3 storage units that we have off-site.
Exactly.
We've emptied 2 storage units that we had here on property.
It's a hustle and bustle here today.
Yes.
We got to just keep our heads on swivels to make sure we're not in anybody's way. There's a lot of action going on. Some equipment still coming through. Coca-Cola's here today.
Yes, Coca-Cola installing their equipment.
Yes, exactly.
We have our team members here behind us.
Yeah. Everybody, all hands on board, all hands on board.
Yes, that's our dish area.
Yeah, brand new dish area, brand new dish machine.
Putting it through its paces.
Exactly, all of our china, all of our baking sheets, pots, pans, everything that's been in storage, been in those containers across the way over by Tennis and Bocce. Everything's been kind of stored away, so we need to get all that stuff clean before we start putting them on shelves into this brand new kitchen. So that's what everybody is working hard doing right now.
It's been all hands on deck.
Yeah, no doubt. Everybody.
The last 2 weeks.
Everybody. It's been awesome.
Really going forward.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still a lot of work to do.
Oh, of course. Yeah. There's a lot.
Putting dining spaces together.
Sure.
We're still under a temporary CO. So again, there's some final inspections and some punch work and items that we're still waiting on. So, we're still targeting to be open that first week of July, around the 8th, but I just want to remind you all that is a moving target right now. We're pushing hard to be ready for that date.
Yeah, no doubt. Not necessarily able to bring food into the building yet, right? So coolers are still empty as of right now until we get that approved. So I know that we keep saying that July 8th, which is a great date to think about. Hopefully we were able to get in here and get 100% fired up and ready to go and take from there. Yeah.
So this week you're going to start to see some of the temporary facilities taken off property.
Exactly.
Our temporary network trailer goes away. The storage units across the street by Bocce, those will be picked up.
Yep.
We're still cleaning out some of the administration stuff out of that trailer.
Sure.
The kitchen trailer is pretty much emptied.
Yeah, ready to go. I think it's just a matter of
coordinating pickup. But in the last week, there's a ton of progress been made. For those of you who follow us on social media, and this is a reminder for those of you who don't, that's where you can get the latest real
behind the scenes
what's
happening inside the building.
So
Bert's been doing a great job of just kind of wandering around and getting short little clips of everybody and everything that's going on. I think she's continuing to do that today, obviously, as we're moving dining room back together, because they've been kind of hustling at that all morning. So,
But great stuff. So again, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, because even once we get settled into the club and we're open and things are back to normal, we're still going to keep up on that regular social media
of course,
stuff.
and it doesn't matter where you are. You get a chance to see what's going on behind the scenes. You get a chance to see what's going on in front of the camera also once we're back open. If you're not here and you're up north or you're somewhere else, you get a chance to see us kind of opening up in real time. So it's really cool to be able to see that. Yeah.
So speaking of opening up, Scott, let's talk a little bit about, we're still a couple weeks out from actually operating, but let's talk a little bit about our operating schedule.
Yeah, we've had of course, we've had a preliminary plan for quite some time now on how we felt like we can open the club back up Now it might be adjusted a little bit based on, what things are looking like in the building. But our initial plan here is to open up for lunch 6 days a week. We'll continue to be closed on Mondays. But we'd open up for lunch and have lunch service inside Lakeview Lounge and the Lakeview Lounge patio. So we still have outside seating available Tuesday through Friday. So that'll be a lunch from 11 to 2, 11 to 3. Hours will still kind of be determined. And then we would start serving lunch outside by the pool cafe on Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay.
So we would do the same hours out there, probably extend hours a little bit for drinks at the bar, just depending on what activity looks like. And then when dinner service comes on board, which don't expect it to be too long, it might even be right away depending on the day that we open, is we would continue those Wednesday and Friday dinner services. We'd start them inside Wednesday and Friday, full dinner service. But what we're going to do on Friday, which we feel like could be a kind of a fun add-on through the summer, is that we're going to add pizza and drinks out by the pool bar. So we'd have full dinner service inside, the lounge, the dining room, depending on where you want to sit. And then we would have pizzas available from our brand new pizza oven and, everything that chef's working on for that outside by the pool.
Okay.
So we'd have that at the pool cafe. Drinks would be available. We'd start that at like 2 o'clock, so it would kind of act as that in between lunch and dinner service. Yeah. So that's kind of our initial plan.
Perfect.
And then we'll kind of keep building from there, depending on what activities like you said. Summers are traditionally pretty calm. But we feel like this one could be a little bit different, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, the idea we've been talking about this. We're in a brand new building.
Yeah.
Brand new space, brand new equipment, larger facilities. So, again, the time of year is ideal for us to kind of get comfortable operating.
Exactly.
And we're not going to be using the building at its full potential right away, but the goal is to, obviously, by the fall, be operating at full schedule.
Just go full bore from there,
Lots of training.
Yeah, we've
lots of hiring.
Exactly. We got some new team members that are already on board.
Yeah.
We got some new team members that are helping us move into the building right now. And then we've got some more that are be coming on here in the next few days to the next week or so. And then we're going to kind of work backwards from that July 8th date to start getting some training, just some reminders, get some rust off the hands and the shoulders of our team that's been here for the last 2 years, working at a Camp Countryside, just to get us back used to, that higher level of service that we expect and that what Countryside expects here inside the building. Maria, Fur, Eric, Gerardo, they're great. It's just kind of getting them back into that mindset of, hey, we're back in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
So,
no more camp.
No more camp.
Summer camp is over.
Exactly. So we got to go back to, long pants inside.
Yeah.
Brand new polo shirts, maybe some button-down dinner shirts for dinner. Yeah. I mean, that's crazy talk, right?
No, it's not. It's what we've been working for.
Exactly.
It's what we like to call a game day.
Excellent, Joe. That's outstanding.
So, beautiful. I mean, that's a good plan, and we'll continue to update you as we get closer to that.
Of course.
And then on the outside of the building, I'm going to drop in some aerials.
Awesome.
But one big change this week, we got that back lawn sodded.
Looking pretty good.
JD and his team finished up the landscape. So we've got that whole back lawn resodded, fresh bimini. It looks when you first put sod down, it's a little rough.
Of course.
But with the rains we've been getting, the back of the clubhouse just looks incredible.
It's amazing what a little green will do.
Unbelievable. So we'll drop in some aerials so you can see what the club looks like from the outside. But
beautiful, man.
We've got our furniture in place.
Yeah.
The sun loungers have been received.
Exactly.
We've got more coming from our interior designer. Probably July timeframe. So the pieces are all starting to fit together.
Bars are being put together. Equipment's pretty much in place, minus a few pieces here and there. But that's looking good. I know the grab and go station is going to be put together next. So that should be done sometime this week.
Yeah.
And really, it's as you walk through, you're like, well, it's pretty close. There's still a lot of stuff, like we keep saying. There's a lot of stuff, but it looks like
Yeah.
It's a world of difference from when we walked in here a month ago,
Yeah.
let alone 6 months ago. So
Yeah, in just a matter of a couple weeks.
yeah, no doubt.
You know, not even 2 full weeks,
No.
10 days.
Exactly.
say.
Exactly.
So excellent. Well, as I said, I'm going to do a walkthrough. Mike McDonald's going to join me when I finish up with Scott here.
We'll double feature, Joe.
Yeah, double feature
Double
this
feature.
week.
Awesome.
But yeah, so more information, more project-specific information will follow.
Beautiful.
Scott, anything else we want to touch on?
I think we're good, Joe. I mean, we get Scott Altony back there now. Everybody else is scattered off into different areas. But thank you, big thank you to everybody
Yes.
that's a part of this team.
Yes.
In every department, everybody's just been jumping in and asking and not even asking, sometimes just jumping in and seeing where they can help out.
It's
And
been incredible.
It's been tremendous.
It's been incredible.
Top to bottom, bottom to top, and everybody, you, Joe, I mean, I know you I don't think you have not been here a day. So it's just, you're here. I think Father's Day you were here. You spent your
good.
Father's Day kind of helping yourself move in.
Good place to be.
Yeah, not too
good
bad.
place to be.
Not too
So
bad.
excellent.
man.
Scott, thanks for the updates.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm going to go catch up with Mike McDonald.
get
and-
outta here.
And do a walkthrough.
Awesome, man.
All right, as promised, I'm here with Mike McDonald, and we're going to do a little kind of walk through the spaces.
Awesome.
And Mike, you can tell us a little bit where we're at. And I just, first caveat is we are still moving in.
Yes.
So the spaces look complete, but they still have a ways to go.
You jumped them up with all these boxes.
I know. If they could just stay pristine, right?
I know.
So let's, we'll just take a walk through the Lakeview Lounge
Sure.
and down through the dining room, out to the pool, and around the back.
Okay. So start here at the.
yeah, we'll
we're
start
at the
right
front
here,
doors. Right to the left as you come through is our new reception area. Rosa will be sitting here on business hours.
Yes.
Greeting members and assisting them.
Yep.
Behind all that, we have a nice conference room, which will be your work center quite a bit, but members could probably have a small meeting there.
Sure.
And then offices behind for all of our key staff members.
Yep.
And very professionally done. They're tight, but everything's in.
They're
there.
efficient.
Yes, you got everything in there.
That's a good, it's a good use of space.
Yes.
So
Very
we'll
nice.
walk through this way here, and want to touch on maybe some of the punch work that's still happening.
Sure. We have our temporary certificate of occupancy from the county, so we're able to move in. But during that time frame, our contractors are doing all the punch list items. So they're touching up the paint, the drywall, last bit of equipment being hooked up. We're still waiting on 1 or 2 inspections in the kitchen.
Yes. We're here in the Lakeview Lounge.
Yep.
As you were saying, Mike, we tore off the side of this building. This space is pretty much put together for the most part. Some items we're still waiting on.
Yep. We have our booth seating, which we intended to offer a variety of seating experiences for diners and bar goers. So we have seating for roughly 18 here. If you fill up those booths, we have seating around the bar for about 30. And we have roughly another 100 seats or so, I think, between inside and outside.
Yeah.
So the Lakeview is probably 150 or so occupancy. And I expect we'll pack it in.
I think so
when season
too.
comes around.
I think so too. I get a little anxious every time we say that, but we've got a good team here.
Yeah.
We can handle it.
Sure.
So.
We have a waiter station and some back of house area, and we have a new set of bathrooms too.
Yeah,
So
we'll poke our head in there.
Sure. Yep.
Because we haven't really showed the bathroom spaces just yet.
Yeah, they're really nice. We did a little bit of upgrading to our old bathrooms, but the new ones are quite nice. So the lights are on motion activation, which is energy saving. Nice new sink. This is the men's side. We have a stall, a urinal, and the sink. Ladies' side has 2 water closets and sink. Everything's nice and clean. The nice colors that our subcommittee and our interior designers put together for us. We're walking on a nice new luxury vinyl flooring that has a wood pattern. And back where the side entrance used to be to the bar, we have our legacy room.
Yep.
Which is for the card players, for members that want to reserve it for a private party. We could do training in here. We're going to have full audio-visual capacity. So whether it's a staff thing or any kind of engagement that we want to have. It's a great room that we've never had this size. So it seats about 50 comfortably.
Yeah, this
Plus
is
we got,
actually larger than the Golf View building space
Right,
we had
right.
previously, and much more usable.
Right. And we have beautiful views because we have glass on two sides.
Yeah.
It's got a dedicated exit, which is required by code, could also be used as an entrance.
Yeah.
If you had something going on in the bar and this room, you could have your own direct access. So super room, nice size, medium
Yep.
size, which we never really had. It was either a small room, private dining, which wasn't very good, or this room,
Right.
which is really nice. So this is the furniture from that we stored from the old dining room.
Yep.
And it's got the casters and everything. It's fairly recently purchased, so
Yep.
it works perfectly.
Yep, and these tables will be clothed
Yes.
all the time.
Yep.
So
Good.
that's something we started actually before we moved out of the clubhouse.
Yeah.
So.
Beautifully appointed room, really
Very,
nice.
very
Yep.
nice, yeah.
There's that side entrance that we always had, but now it's a little more spacious, and you can come right in off the cart drop area. If you're coming in for lunch after golf, right in the side door, no problems. Again, beautiful cathedral ceiling, great acoustics in here. We have a expensive sound attenuation system up there, whisper span, fabric over insulation, so you can feel the difference. But there's no echo at all, no reverberation.
None at all, yeah.
Really perfect.
Yeah,
Yep.
night and day. So the bars, they're finishing assembling those this week. Coca-Cola's been on site today. They've got an awful lot of work to do, but
Sure.
they've been installing the fountain guns and the fountain machines and getting the bars put together for us.
Yeah, we have the quartz top protected right now with
That's
the green
right.
paper. Otherwise, there's still some final connections going on there, some pieces of equipment still going in. We're ready for the TVs. We got all the carpentry done up there.
right.
The wiring is ready, so we'll be hanging 6 TVs up on the.
We've got 6 here and we
Right.
have 8 outside.
Okay.
On that bar. We'll
Yep.
talk about that in a second here. Let's walk through the dining room. Kind of take a quick look at this space as we're putting it back together.
So this is the only room that spatially didn't really change. We have roof trusses above us, so we couldn't go any higher. But we did redo the entire ceiling with this nice articulated copper treatment. Nice new chandeliers, the monitors, the artwork, new flooring, new woodwork, and of course, a new set of doors out
Yeah.
to a patio. So the room has better function than it's ever had.
Much better.
Yep. We're still enjoying the Four Seasons, which was literally the only space we didn't touch. Quick access to the kitchen from 2 points. We have a nice servery back there, which gives our staff a place to stage everything. Keep all of that. Gives a little bit of a buffer from the main kitchen for sound.
That in its own is a huge upgrade because you know the kitchen previously was right on
Sure.
the dining room wall.
Yep.
That was right there. So you had a lot of noise that came through that wall. So
Yeah.
having this space that separates the kitchen area and the dining room is a
Yeah,
big
it's a nice
upgrade.
10-foot wide and it's about 60
Yeah.
feet long. The beer cooler is in there as well.
That's right.
So all of our bars are served by underground piping from the beer cooler, which is a big walk-in cooler. It could have 20, 30 kegs in there, whatever we need.
I know Scott is anxious to do a feature video on that system
beer.
alone.
Yeah,
So once
yeah.
we get it stocked and up and
Sure.
operational.
Again, returning our furniture from
Yeah.
the previous dining room setup, and we still got some spares. So, and it fits all nicely with the color scheme, with the artwork.
Scott's around the corner there, so you're okay.
How you doing? Yep.
So this is a little chaotic out here.
Yeah.
I'll forewarn everyone, but
So this is the new pool cafe, bar, seating, poolside venue. They're still working on the bar here, putting everything together. We're waiting on the quartz top here, which were some fabrication issues, so they're reselected a new material and they're going forward with that in the shop this week, and hopefully we'll see it next week. Nice new bar seating here, again 30 seats or so around the bar. Lots of high tops and low tops around the perimeter, and amazing views here. You can see the entire driving range. You can see the 9th green, and of course our new pool, and a dedicated entrance. So this room has no dress code. Of course, you could be in the pool, you could be poolside, so you can come in directly from the parking lots alongside Wellness Building. There'll be a gate there as soon as they bring it in, so that's our safety barrier for the pool. You can come straight in, dressed as casually as you like. And again, you can come after a round of golf, you can come here.
Yep.
You can come while you're working out at the driving range in the short game area. You can drop in for a beverage.
Come in after the gym. Wellness center right across the pool deck there.
Perfect, perfect.
Finish your workout, come on over.
Yep.
Grab
So
some
about
lunch.
another 150 seats under the
Yep.
roof and out in the open air. So a totally different venue at the other end of the building. That end is air conditioned, this end is outside. We will have some screens for shade, and they'll also double as storm shutters.
Yeah.
So those are in the works. But a brand new amenity for the club, and really puts us at the top of the market for
Incredible
outside
space.
dining.
Incredible space.
Yep.
Let's look at these bathrooms here. We haven't really shown these new bathrooms much.
Sure, yeah. We used to have one set of bathrooms in this building, and then we had the pool view, golf view, whatever.
Golf view, yeah.
Now we have 3 sets of bathrooms. So for,
We'll look in this one here. So work being done in there.
yeah, probably here too. Full handicap accessible, everything's up to code. This is the ladies' room side, so we have 4 water closet rooms. Private rooms, beautiful, beautifully appointed again. So people using the pool can come in here, people that are golfing at the turn. This is a short jump off the cart path, or obviously patrons of the pool cafe.
And these spaces are air conditioned.
Yes. Yep.
Which a lot of times they're not.
Sure.
These outdoor bathrooms. So
Yeah, originally when we had a pool bathhouse in the design, a separate building, it was not going to be air conditioned. But when we did our budget reductions, that was not an essential element. We always had bathrooms in the program, and this worked out better, I think. We're within the main building, so
Very
as
much
far
so.
as maintenance and everything, we're in good shape. Yeah.
let's walk through this way. Talk a little bit about some of these seating areas.
Sure. So the standard table and chairs for dining with the ability to put an umbrella. We also have some casual seating, and there's going to be fire pits. So this circle of chairs here, when the fire pits arrive next month, this will get the one large circular fire pit, and then we have 2 other seating groups that'll have small ones. And these are standalone runoff propane tank, so they can be moved if we need to, if we want to rearrange seating, special events. And we hope to host some live music out here.
We'll not hope to, we will. for sure. I can promise you that.
Excellent, excellent. So we wanted to make it open and flexible. We have the power that we need for the performing folks to plug in. They can be under in open air, under the roof, with a tent, whatever we choose. But this will be a good venue for live performance. So there's at least as much seating out in the open air as there is under the roof, which again gives everyone the outdoor experience that we're going for.
So this is the patio space on the back side of the dining room. So we added this set of doors here off the dining room.
Yep. That was one of our first upgrade with our contingency dollars.
Yes.
Was we had to replace the whole section of glass between the columns, bring it up to storm
access into
rating.
the Four Seasons room, into the dining room, out onto the pool deck.
Yep.
We have 2 more fire pit tables that go here.
Yes.
With this soft seating area.
Sure.
And you know, we used to do the Food and Wine Live, the wine dinners out back behind the club, and we see this as a great space for stuff like that, or just coming over to relax.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of clubs have an outdoor food line.
Yes.
If you have an event, so you could stage the food here and the seating to the sides, because you've got a direct path right back to your kitchen. So a lot of potential for this, and again, just a nice little patio. And this way, the main dining room gets an outdoor seating area as well.
Yep. So we, earlier this week, JD and his crew finished up the back lawn here. So this is all fresh sod. It'll green up a little bit once we get some more rain here. But this area really finishes everything off here.
Sure.
So we'll be using this space as well. You know, we'll do some stuff out on the lawn here. You know, concerts will come back out behind the club, and it's just going to be a great space.
Set up the cornhole right here.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. Nice.
And I keep saying this little pathway is one of my favorite features. I just think it's so neat.
You got to keep our skateboarding seniors up because it has curves and a slope, which is rare in Florida.
So we connect the cart path here at the practice green.
Yes.
Behind the club, and now we're back at the back side of the lobby, if
Right.
you will.
And this pathway connects all our outside venues. So
That's
we have
right.
our porch at the Lakeview, we have our dining room patio, and we have our pool cafe.
That's
so
right.
If you're looking for a friend and you're not sure where you're meeting up, just take a stroll along here and you'll find them at one of those three spots.
Exactly.
Yep. So we have some temporary railings here to get our TCO with the county. We had to show some of the safety measures.
Yep.
These railings are coming in 23rd,
Yeah,
I
this
think.
week, the
this
23rd.
week.
Yep.
So we just had a little bit of carpentry work to get us through the final inspection, and then we'll have our final railings in place.
And then this obviously is one of the features of the club.
Yep.
Our Lakeview Lounge patio. You can see the railings were installed this week with the glass inserts. I mean, I know this is one of your favorite spots.
Well, every club we toured before the project was designed, I love the outdoor porches because you had the cover for shade. In this case, we have breezes on three sides were open and great views, and you didn't feel like you're in a screen porch or an enclosed space.
Right.
So it's really, to me, outdoors but under the roof is really great. So even if it rains, you could still sit here.
Oh, yeah.
Which obviously in the warmer weather, we're getting the daily shower. So
Yeah.
I just think every club I saw, their porch was so nice. And it's more akin to what we're used to up north, is having a screen porch usually, but porches are just great.
Yeah, this does have a northern feel to it.
A little bit.
Kind of
We have
with the
the cathedral
pitched roof,
ceiling and the whole thing.
Yeah.
So to me, it's a nice blend between totally outside and totally inside is a porch.
Absolutely. Well, and once we get into the seasonal months and the weather breaks, we've got the nano wall, which we'll be able to fold open, and we'll have that indoor-outdoor access between the two spaces.
Yep, that was a big financial decision for us, but we knew that when you can open a wall like that, it's tremendous. I think it was $60,000 maybe. It was not an inconsiderable
Around there,
amount of money to look at, but when that opens up, you have 30 feet of clear space. Super.
It's going to be an awesome space.
Yep.
So we'll go back in through here. Mike, maybe you want to touch on these. These are our louvers. These get painted.
Right.
So I know we've gotten some questions about some of the exterior of the building and what other features are coming. So
yeah, we mentioned it. There's a few of these that go on the new kitchen wing, which from the parking lot and entrance drive looks like a big white stucco wall.
Yeah.
So these will be dark accents that will blend in with the windows and just the shape of the building. So it'll add a little bit of punch. And that might be enough to spice it up with the nice landscaping.
Yeah. But either way, we've got some time. I know JD and I have some additional landscaping planned, towards the end of summer and into the fall when people start coming back, particularly around the pool deck. And some of these areas, we're going to do some potted stuff. And we do have a lot of interior plants coming the week of July 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Sure.
So we'll do another walkthrough, I think, when things are more settled.
Sure.
And kind of show some of the plantings and whatnot.
Yeah, I know our wine cellar is probably Labor Day at this point.
Yes.
The final touches there. So
that'll be the longest lead time item.
We also added a roof here for a practical reason. All the rain in the summertime comes off the high roofs and used to pound down here like a small Niagara Falls. So it deflects and captures all of that excess rain, but also lets you walk out of the main lobby and straight into the porch and still be out of the weather. So, and I can see once in a while some golfers maybe ducking in here. If a shower breaks out coming off 9, this will be the first way you get out of the weather. So it's actually a nice little practical piece of construction, and it's
close to the beer too.
Yes. At that point, the round might be over.
And then we come in on the back side of the lobby.
Of course, we had to raise this slab. We ended up chopping out the old slab. Was all low and tilted and rotten, and we had this storefront which didn't work. So it was another piece of extra work. I think around $30,000. But now we have a beautiful set of impact rated doors and storefront, and opening right out to our fabulous lobby. So, and we've talked about this before. Taking that wall out and opening everything up.
Huge impact.
Painting the old brown ceiling, added the articulation of the coffers and the false beams. New lighting, this space is fabulous.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's really like a high-end hotel in
Yeah.
North Naples.
Yeah.
And it's really nice. So a lot of uses for this, very flexible space. You can have dance floor, you can have buffet, you can just have dining.
Yeah, and you know, we do have, as you mentioned, we have some tables and chairs in here now, and we see using this space. Maybe if you're waiting for a seat at the bar, or you're meeting a friend or a group of people, you can hang out here, have a cocktail or something. So, just a very, as you said, very flexible space. We'll be able to use this for a lot of different functions.
And really, really nice. A great first impression as you come through our big new entrance doors.
The last thing we have that's still on order are folding walls here. We have some folding accordion walls that will fill this space and this space, so we can completely close off the dining room if there's a special function in there. So those are a couple weeks out. Well,
yeah, and if things get too rowdy in the Lakeview, you could just
never know.
Create that. Well, you could send them to the pool bar.
You could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. So really, you have 3 venues now, each with its own outside component. You get the new administrative area, great new kitchen, which we haven't gone into, but it's a tremendous project. We're really glad to be at the end of it.
Beautiful. Well, I think we'll call it there for this week.
Sure.
I want to do one more with you. Though. When things are completely put together. So maybe in a couple weeks. We're still looking at trying to operate around that 8th, July 8th.
Yes.
So we're just trying to wrap up some final inspections and put the building back together. But,
Good. Excellent.
We're making progress. So.
All right.
Mike, as always, thanks for the time.
You bet.
Countryside, questions, comments, send them our way. Thanks for watching these. We know you love them. We love doing them.
Yes.
It's been fun to show kind of all the behind the scenes of a project of this size. So
you bet.
Beautiful.
Outstanding.
See you around the club real soon.